All right. With a chilly morning, it seems pretty nice to talk hockey because it felt like a hockey morning. Not now, later. But we got to talk about a lot of hockey. The Minnesota Wild, of course, coming home on Saturday. But tonight, it's the Minnesota Frost coming home to welcome the Montréal Victorie for Game 3. Yes, Victoire. Pardon my French, of the Walter Cup playoff series tonight. Another game tomorrow night. And joining me now to talk about it is PWHL broadcaster Alexis Huss. Thanks for being with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. And yeah, normally we're like, hey, the weather's great, but we still get to watch hockey. Now it's like, no, it feels like hockey weather, and we're still watching hockey.
Yeah,
so hopefully that changes the weather a little bit sooner here. But
yeah,
we'll
you
see.
walk outside in the morning, it feels like you just walked into a rink. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So coming home tonight after, tied 1-1 with Montreal. If they win tonight and tomorrow night, it's a best-of-5 series. Get to the Walter Cup finals and a chance of a three-peat. I mean, considering how close the first two games were, I mean, that game 2, triple overtime for a 1-0 final. What do you expect here at home?
Well, this series has just kind of fascinated me from the get-go because Montreal picked Minnesota as their opponent as Montreal finished as the 1 seed. So they got to pick between the 3 seed and the 4 seed. Minnesota was the 3 seed and got picked by Montreal, but I don't fault Montreal for that decision. Montreal swept Minnesota in the regular season, and if I was making that decision, I'd probably go with them too, even though they were technically the higher seed to finish this season. And this playoff series has just been interesting. 2 one-goal games, but one game featured 9 goals and one game featured 1 goal. So you've kind of seen a little bit of everything so far. You've seen a lot of the regular names and faces getting some big goals like Kendall Coyne-Schofield, Grace Zumwinkle, Laura Stacey had a hat trick in game 1 for Montreal. But you've also seen some new players stand out like Sydney Morin for Minnesota as a defender, got her first goal of the season in game 1. And then Maddie Rooney stands on her head the other night against Montreal, triple overtime, 51 saves in that game, which was a career record for her, 51 shots faced. And unfortunately, Minnesota can't pull it out. So we'll see how they rebound. They do get to come home now and have a chance to close it out and win this series on home ice with the next 2 games at home. And if they can't do it here, they'll go back to Montreal for a game 5 and see how it pans out. But it's just pretty cool that this series has been so tight, knowing how much Montreal dominated Minnesota in the regular season.
I did think that was a great stat, that it took 52 shots for Montreal to win that game. 51 saves and then finally 1 goal. That is an enormous amount of shots here in a hockey game.
It is, and once you get into the double, triple overtimes, you start to see some stats like that kind of crawl out from the depths because you're just seeing more players with higher minutes playing. You're seeing more shots on net. You're seeing more of everything. And Maddie Rooney is a tremendous netminder, so I'm not surprised at all that she hung in there for so long. And Montreal has one of the best netminders in the league, too. So, again, I'm not surprised we saw a 0-0 game go triple overtime. Somebody's got to win it eventually. Unfortunately for Minnesota, Maddie Rooney couldn't stop that final shot. But cool to see her kind of reach that accomplishment of facing so many shots, and it was a close game right to the finish.
Yeah, so hopefully you don't go to triple overtime again, but that does make it exciting. It just also makes it long night.
Right.
Let's talk about the league expanding now. Of course, it's 8 teams. And 4 go to the playoffs. But now an announcement today that Detroit will be the 9th team in the league, and that the goal is actually to get to 12 teams for next season. That's a pretty ambitious expansion.
Yeah, it's pretty ambitious, especially considering that they've only, added a couple at a time in the past, right? So we got Vancouver and Seattle who joined for this upcoming season. They just mentioned that Detroit will be joining. So to try to get to 12, that would be a lofty goal to reach, especially now that we're already into the postseason here. But it's cool to see that Detroit was given a team. And I think if you asked any of us broadcasters in the league, we would have said that would have been our guess for who was going to get a team next, at least stateside here in the United States. They've had 4 takeover tour games in Detroit. I had the pleasure of getting to call 2 of those games in Detroit, one last year and one this year. And the fans have been fantastic at every single game that has taken place in Detroit. Little Caesars Arena has filled up with fans from the state and from Detroit, and they have really, taken in the league gladly in that city every time we've come there to bring a game to them. So we were all not surprised at all to see that Detroit was granted the next team in the PWHL, and I'm really happy for that city. They have so many D1 men's college hockey teams, but no women's. Obviously, they don't. They're just getting their first professional women's team here with Detroit. So this is a city that really wanted women's hockey, and they're finally getting it. So I'm really happy for them and excited to see how they fit into the league.
What are the other potential cities that could be the other 3 added before next season?
Well, something the league has always said is, keep your eye on where we go for takeover tours. That's kind of them testing out, hey, which cities take us in, which cities sell tickets, which cities do we go back to? So there's a few cities that they've been to a couple times now, a place like Denver, Colorado. They've played a few games there. I wouldn't be surprised if that's a city that gets a team next. Edmonton is another city that has been visited a couple times if you want to head over to Canada. Quebec City. I mean, there's a few of these cities that we've been to a couple times now, and that just tells me that if they are going to truly try to add more here in this offseason, those would likely be some of the next picks. So I figured if they go west, I think Colorado's the next most likely city for the United States, at least, to get a team.
All right, so back-to-back games tonight, 6 p.m. at Grand Casino Arena, then tomorrow night, which is why then the Wild have an extended break to play Saturday night. So let's talk about the Wild. I mean, the couple of days that the Frost are here have given the Wild a couple extra days to prepare. They didn't have much time between the series. Do you think this helps the Wild?
I think so. I think you saw how much it helped Colorado to have a big break heading into that first game. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what this break does for Minnesota, especially when you consider we're down Jonas Brodin, we're down Joel Eriksson Ek, and Zach Bogosian didn't play the other night either. So you've got a couple players who have noted injuries that have kept them out of the lineup. And then, of course, at this point in the postseason, everybody's a little banged up, right? Yeah. Everybody's got something that's hurting. So to be able to have this little bit of a break to heal the bodies of these players is going to be huge. But I think almost the bigger benefit of this break is going to be allowing the Wild some time to game plan here. I think we saw heading into that game 1 and even in game 2, Colorado and Dallas are 2 of the best teams in the league, but they're 2 very different teams. They play a different right. They play a different style of hockey, and I think the Wild adjusted well to the style of hockey Dallas plays, and they were able to beat them in that series. Now you come into a series against Colorado, who's equally good, if better. They're the best team in the league, but they play different. They're a little faster. They're better off the rush. They've just got some pieces that Dallas didn't play with that makes them a hard team to play against. And of course, they swept their opponent in the first round of the Los Angeles Kings. So they made easy work of Los Angeles. They come in, they get a big break. And I think Minnesota was maybe a little unprepared as far as how they needed to play to beat Colorado. And now you get this nice big break to heal up and game plan and say, okay, we've seen a couple games against this team now. Here's how we need to play if we want to beat them.
We were talking about how great the goaltending is for the Frost. Goaltending here for the Minnesota Wild, made a change for game 2, bringing Gustafsson in and Sid Wallstedt. I mean, what do you think that was the right move? Do you think they reverse course on Saturday?
I go back and forth on this. Heading into game 2, I mean, before the buzzer even sounded at the end of game 1, people were saying, is Gus going to get a start in game 2? So people had been talking about that since the end of game 1. Heading into it, I wasn't sure how I felt. I kind of felt like if you don't give Gus a chance now, when are you going to do it? We just gave up, our goalie gave up 8 goals. We lost 9-6. We're on the road. Maybe you try something different here and see if Gus brings you a better result against this team. But at the same time, that game 1 was just a mess from start to finish for everybody. Honestly, I mean, we scored 6 goals, and you should be able to win a game where you score 6 goals. So Wedgwood gave up his fair share of goals as well for Colorado. But I felt in that game 1 that Wally's angles were a little off. For the first time in the playoffs, there was some goals that I felt he should have been able to save, and he didn't. And he wasn't making saves at critical times, right? We get the lead, and then we give up a tying goal. And then we get it close at the end, and then we give up a goal to go down by 2 again. And I just didn't love the way he played in that game. So I was okay with them putting Gus in, but I knew that presented potentially its own share of problems. problems, right? And you see Gus give up an early goal and goals on the first 2 shots of the game, and that created its own problems for us. So I truly think they're going to go back to Wally here for Game 3. While they're back at home, you get that boost from the crowd behind you. I think Gus had his chance here, and I think you go back to Wally and see what Wally gives you. And if we end up in a rotation here to the finish line, well, I guess so be it. But if I was making the decision, I think I put Wally back in.
Yeah, I kind of tend to agree with you there. It's essentially, we have the Wild have 2 starting goalies. Wally was the hot one at the end of the season. Gus comes in and hadn't played in 22 days, and you could see that when he gave up goals so quickly there. And you're right. I mean, Wallstead didn't have a great game, but then again, was that
anybody
because they knew where to hit him, So we'll see. All right. Well, thanks for taking time here. Do you have a prediction, by the way, on the on both series here? Obviously, you're going to pick the Frost.
Yeah, so Frost play tonight. I think they close. I think they get a win tonight. I don't know if they're going to close the series out at home or win this series, but I think they have a good bounce back game at home. They seem to play well in front of their home crowd, and I think they now know, hey, we can hang with and beat this team. Whereas in the regular season, it didn't always feel that way. So I do think they come back and win tonight. I think for the Minnesota Wild, my prediction is based on the fact that they have to win this Game 3. If you go down 3-0, we're in some deep trouble. I really think the Wild have a good game today. There's a lot I've liked about the way they've played in these first 2 games. We haven't, been beat down into the ground in these first 2 games. It's just we've made some mistakes. The goaltending hasn't been great. We can definitely beat this Colorado team, but we have to get a win on Saturday. So I think the Wild, I think they come out strong. I can see them getting an early goal or 2 in this game on Saturday with the home crowd, and hopefully we can hang on for a win because we need one.
All right, Alexis Huss, pardon me. It's so easy to mispronounce that. Alexis Huss,
all right.
Thank you for joining us to talk Frost and Wild today. Have fun tonight at the game.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good one.
All right. And, of course, the Minnesota Frost, you can watch them live on Fox 9 Plus and Fox Local as they host the Victoire tonight and tomorrow night. Again, tonight's game time is 6 p.m. Central.